Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to spend your time with me. So today's video, we're going to be discussing some things that pregnant women are just not really aware of that I found to be extremely astounding. I was like, I didn't know that this was a thing, so I just wanted you guys to be a little bit more prepared than I was. So the first thing is that stretch marks are real. You might say,
well, I've never had a stretch mark a day in my life.
Well, depending on your body, you might get them. And they might be light, or they might be dark, or they might be really, really long, or really, really thick, in their width. And it's just, they grow over time, and I know you might
be like, oh, that's fine. There's so many things out on the market to help remedy it after the baby is born.
Well, I don't want you to do not get fixated on,
I will have something to solve this problem.
Rather, I think you should look at it as, this is something that is occurring to my body because of my decision to carry this child into this world. So I'm going to accept it for what it is, and I'm going to do my best to make sure my skin stays healthy. And if they decide to diminish over time, then I'm happy with that. And if they don't, I'm happy with that too. That's the proper outlook, I think, that you should have towards stretch marks. Do not be shocked by them. Do not, don't let anybody make you feel ugly about having them. They are a natural part of the process. The next thing that I had no clue about prior to my pregnancy was how many doctor's visits you must maintain. Oh man, I don't know, maybe I had about upwards of 25 doctor's visits in the time that I was carrying my child. Upwards of 25 doctor's visits, and of course I'm not complaining because I was there and on time for every single one of them. But I just didn't know that there were going to be so many of them. And towards the end of your pregnancy, they will become more frequent. They will start at each of them being 2 weeks apart, and then it'll go down to 1 week apart until you deliver. The next thing to be prepared for is dietary changes. So not only are you gonna have those cravings, they can hit you at any point of the day. For me, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, I had craving. And it was for something specific. I wanted a Honeycrisp apple and some milk. That was all I wanted at 3 o'clock in the morning every single night at the beginning of my pregnancy. So cravings are real. And there are some people, fortunately for me, I didn't have this, I did not experience this, but gestational diabetes is something that is real, is a real problem, and so people do have it, and so they have to follow some strict dietary guidelines. And I think that if you are that person, do please maintain your diet, for the sake of you and your child. So the next thing that I want to talk about is labor. I think that it's best to have this approach, and the approach is that you should not commit yourself to suffering and maintaining some sort of thought or idea that by you suffering and by you experiencing the fullness of all the pain that is to experience in labor and delivery, that somehow makes you a stronger woman or a braver woman, or just a worthy woman. You're worthy just by carrying your child and by safely bringing your child into this world. That makes you worthy, and that makes you strong, and that makes you brave. So you do not need to commit yourself to suffering. If the epidural is there and you can afford it, depending on what country you live in, and and it's safe for you and your child, by all means you should go ahead and have it if you feel like you need it. But that's not to say that if you totally want to do this naturally with no helping mechanisms at all, with no epidural, by all means do it. Just don't commit yourself to any kind of unnecessary pain, overwhelming pain. The next thing is to remember that labor and delivery can be time consuming. Like, the time will be going on and on. Like, expect to be there for like a day, maybe, like, just, it's a long process. I mean, for everyone it ranges, it differs, but just expect to be there for a little bit longer than what you think you're gonna be there for. Something else to keep in mind when it comes to your stay for labor and delivery is to find out if the hospital that you're gonna be delivering your child at, giving birth to your child at, is a teaching hospital. Maybe you're not comfortable with that, and maybe you want to seek out some other options. Also, you should find out, if you have insurance, how many days you're covered for under whatever circumstances. So that's something definitely that you guys want to, do your research about. So something else to consider is that, unlike what you see in the videos that I'm sure you've been watching, is that you might not get to hold your child for as long as you would like to, and you might not get to see your child for a long period of time after you've given birth and you've seen them initially. And that, trust me, like, it just tears at your heart. But the doctors are doing whatever they need to do, and the nurses are taking care of your child, and you should use that time to rest. Something very, very important to remember is that
no matter how much preparation, no matter how many birthing classes you've attended, no matter how many people you've spoken to, no matter how many people who've given you advice, and how many videos you've watched, and how many podcasts you've listened to,
you just won't be prepared. Like, you won't be as prepared as you would like to be for the day of, and then after your child is born and they're a little bitty thing, you just won't be as prepared as you think that you were. So just be ready for that and accept it as it comes. Don't completely overdo it. Don't, psych yourself out. Just stay positive. Stay positive, and remember that you've built, by this point, you've built your support system. You have your mom, you have the mother of the father of your child, you have all the other people in your family who will be there to support you. You have your church family, if you are a religious person and you're very into your church. You have the nurses, your doula, get a doula. You have your support system. You have people who are there, specialized to help you in this new time.
Oh man, this next one, listen for it.
Contractions hurt. Like, whatever you think is gonna feel like, or whatever you're trying to think it'll feel like, or it won't feel like, just don't. Because trust me, if you're doing this for the first time, there's no comparison. Just go in there ready to battle.
Do you want to play rough? Okay. Uno. Say hello to my little friend. Okay. You want to play rough?
That's the best I can give you, because all I can tell you is you can chew pop the first, couple of hours, or maybe the first couple of minutes, who knows? But at some point, oof, that's all I have to say. But not to get you scared. Something else with the contractions, a way to help is make sure you have speakers. Music, whatever your favorite type of music is, will help you through the process. I wanted some Cardi B, I wanted some Remy Ma, I wanted some Nicki Minaj, I wanted some, Beyonce Lemonade, I wanted some hard-hitting Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, like strong female empowerment music, you know. So that's what my playlist consisted of. And of course I had some of the, you know, 2000 shake your booty kind of thing, just to, like, you know, revigorate me. So that was what my playlist consisted of. But you tailor your playlist to whatever suits you. I had that playlist, which was my contractions playlist, and then I had my recovery playlist, which was, you know, piano music, what else, oh, gospel music was my recovery. What else? I also had some gospel music mixed into my contractions. So you would go from, like, you know, what is it, Ice Me Out, to the Lord is my light and salvation, whom shall I fear, whom shall I be afraid? So it was pretty like, what? But that's what soothed me, and that's what helped me to relax and power through those contractions. Like, it's weird, I know, but that's what I needed. So don't judge me. I won't judge you. So the next thing is, if you have to be induced somewhat,
There is a little pill that they give you, and they warn you that this little pill, the side effect might be that you have diarrhea.
so if this is you, make sure that the person that's in the room with you, the person that's gonna be holding your hand, is someone who you would feel comfortable, you know, seeing you go through that. Especially if then they're like not letting you out of bed, you know, like, are you comfortable enough with this person to have them see you in that state, you know? That's something for you to think about. So I would say, you know, have the father of the child there if you're comfortable with having them there, having him there, seeing you, you know, like that, using a bedpan. When I say like that, I mean using a bedpan. You know, have your mom. I'm sure, you know, if you have a very close relationship with your mom and she soothes you, her presence soothes you, have her there. Whomever, like, you feel like will ease your mind and help you, you know, just maintain your equilibrium, you know, in this very chaotic time. Thank you again for watching, and if you haven't done so, like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.